How could this trailer be so bad? Three, two, one, go.
So a few years ago, I accidentally received a distress call. I was done with my homework, so I answered it. Now, well, I save the world. Who am I? I'm Kim Possible. I got this. Kim, jump in there!
Oh, really?
Impossible. There's something about her that makes her able to defeat villain after villain after villain.
Yeah.
She's certain spark. I will steal that spark that makes Kim possible.
Get her!
Mind if we crash the party? It's mission time.
Kim Possible, a Disney Channel original movie coming to Disney.
What did you think, Gabby? It seems like we're not really sure what to make of it.
I did not like this.
No?
I did not. No.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I explained to you earlier that now when we do trailer reactions, I usually cut out, we actually start off with the trailer first, and then we get into details, so... let's actually, start off with what we know about Kim Possible. For me, Kim Possible was one of those shows, I was one of those kids watching Saturday morning cartoons, which is a really big thing when I was younger because I didn't have cable, and the only way I could watch, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, or Cartoon Network shows was to either get them on DVD, or if they just so happened to be on the air, on CBS or ABC on Saturdays, that's how we would watch them. Fox Kids was also big, too. But anyway, in the case of Kim Possible, for me, I definitely remember bits and pieces of the show. I remember her, Kim. I remember Ron Stoppable. I remember his pet. Was his pet name Rufus or something like that?
Rufus, yes, he's a naked mole rat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember it was basically a kick-butt action show. But even from just watching that trailer, I'm just thinking, something doesn't look right. And... it's funny how, when you think about the three main, the channels that show, shows especially targeted to children, not that I'm saying, adults can't watch it. I mean, clearly we're, adults and still watching the shows because they're still fun. But just, it's kind of have mixed results. I mean, Cartoon Network has had a lot of, terrible reboots, or bad reboots, I should say, the Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans Go. Nickelodeon, they're having a much better success, with the Hey Arnold Jungle movie, that was pretty good. And then in the case of Disney, Disney XD, they just had the DuckTales reboot, which is pretty cool, and now they're trying to do a Kim Possible live-action movie. So I was hoping that with a Kim Possible live-action movie, Disney would be one of the ones to actually do it right. They would, if they were able to make the DuckTales reboot, and I know they're fully well aware that Kim Possible, even though it's been off the air for years, it still has a big fan base, especially, with people who are very nostalgic, who grew up with the show and things like that. But even just watching this trailer, I don't know what it is. The look of it doesn't look, especially, the villain's makeup especially, they changed a couple things about it, and yeah, there's a few that I think you could even explain in greater detail, Gabby. So you want to give your thoughts on the show and how you thought about this trailer, Gabby?
Okay. One of the coolest things was, if I remember this correctly, because, again, it's been a while for me, too, there wasn't just some sort of mistake that made Kim a secret agent. If I remember it, the whole family was in on it. Because it was like a family business. So, right off the bat, we're changing that. Which is oh, okay, maybe you can get away with that. Yeah. Two, we barely got any sort of details about Ron. Why?
I don't like how he looks. I don't like the makeup work on Ron.
I couldn't
He looks
even
very
tell where
off.
he was, except for that one moment where he comes in. I assume that's him
Yeah,
walking
I
in
think
right
so.
after
That's supposed to
Kim.
be Ron.
Oh, what? And Draken. I like the outfit and the makeup for Draken. That's the villain.
Yes, I
Uh,
know who. I remember Draken.
okay, and Shigo looked cool. All right, Shigo's
I
cool.
didn't, but I don't know. I didn't really like the look, the makeup work on Draken. Like he does, he looks very off. In case you guys don't know, I use a
Well,
mini
I mean, I'm not gonna
display.
expect him to go full on blue.
Yeah, but they could have done. I don't know. I somehow
Yeah,
I could imagine they could have
probably.
done a better job. I mean, if
The
I could
the
just, if
aesthetic, I'm
OBS
not
will let
gonna
me show.
complain on the aesthetic because that's okay. That's okay. There's no. I feel like it's really hard to have a right or wrong way of approaching it. Um, what
Just the way
really
his hair
upset
looks, it
me.
doesn't look right. Like, okay, they can't turn him blue.
Okay.
This isn't like, Guardians of the Galaxy where they have the budget to do all that crazy makeup. Like, what they did was always Aldana and Gamora, but it's just like, that's Draken? He just looks like a guy. They gave him a leather suit and they fumbled up his hair a bit and that's it. And it's just like, what? Like,
For me, I'm here wondering. So is the plot of the film going to be him taking Kim's quote quote spark? And what is this spark?
I don't know. Is that really the main point, or are they just saying that to, just get us hyped?
I don't know. But it's concerning.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I
Also,
can get a good frame
the
of
whole
Shigo.
thing is that Draken is supposed to be not really taken seriously. He's supposed to be kind of funny. You know, I didn't really get any of that
Yeah, this
from
trailer was
trailer.
mainly it's selling it as like this like really serious kind of action movie. I didn't because I definitely remember that Kim Possible did have its goofy moments.
In fact, a lot of them. I mean, with Ron and Rufus alone, there was so much comedy. Draken also kind of added to it, especially in the action-packed scenes, because he's the one throwing other bad guys at her. Heck, there was even his chemistry with Shigo, where Shigo, even though she was working for him, actually managed to have a lot better ideas than Draken, and even question why the heck she was there. Are we gonna get any of that or anything as kind of like on that level with this? Because I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I guess you could say, oh, I think I stopped on it from Shigo. There's something about the make that just doesn't that looks so underwhelming. Like they just look like, oh, just throw a suit on them, maybe do a little touch-ups, and there you go, that's your villain, I mean, the principal characters, Kim Possible and Ron, I get that there's not much, I mean, you still have to do makeup work, but, their designs, they're not, like, super drastic compared to Draken or Shigo, you know what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah, obviously.
But it's just, I don't like the makeup on the villains. It doesn't look like they did enough,
Yeah, I
Like,
guess
okay,
they probably
even if
could
you
have
can't,
gone a
get
little
the
farther.
skin tone right, at least, like, I mean, even Shigo's costume, I'm assuming that's her. It's just like, oh, a suit with black and green. Like, I
Yeah,
even
I
like
mean
this.
that screams Shigo right there.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. I mean, here, let me see if I can get a closer look at the outfits for
Yeah, I mean, like,
this.
I'll post a proper, yeah, my camera's exposure isn't going to show. But yeah,
Yeah,
Shigo's out is supposed to be a lot more colorful, like, with the black and green. This is just like, oh, just put some green on, like, her, right, the right side of her outfit, and yeah.
Okay, I'm getting to look at this a lot better. Jiminy cripes. See, this is how little I actually, was able to, hone in on this trailer. Like, I was more focused on the whole story aspect they were presenting. And Jiminy Cripes.
Which, I get it's a first trailer, so I'm not really expecting that. Like, if anything, it just feels like a trailer that's, like, put out there to, build hype for the Kim Possible movie. So I'm like, okay,
I have
you don't want to talk
picture
about...
that somebody made. I don't know who. I found it off of EW.com. Oh, okay, entertainment. And you can see very clearly the drastic difference. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can get this picture, but...
Whoa! The like to dislike
ratio.
No. The like to dislike ratio as of this recording is bad.
Oh dear gosh!
Like,
okay,
there's
I'm gonna
15,000 likes and 61,000 dislikes, so we're not alone.
Okay, all right, hold on. I gotta look at this. I need to see with my own eyes. Holy mac!
Yeah.
61K.
No, nobody likes it. It's weird because when I saw that the trailer was getting spread on social media, I didn't see much I mean, granted, the sort of news I heard was more neutral, and people were just like, oh, Kim Possible trailer is out. And then when it comes out, I didn't hear much about people saying, oh, this doesn't look right at all. But it's just like, no.
Obviously, a lot of people are thinking it along with us. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here saying, oh, how dare they? No. Okay, obviously, mistakes are made by everyone. This just so happens to be one made by Disney.
Yeah, it's just that, like I said before, like, I had, really high expectations for Disney since, they've gotten reboots right in the past. As I know some people say, not the live-action reboots, though. But it's just, generally speaking, I know that Disney is well aware that Kim Possible still has a, big fan base to this day. I didn't think they got the creators of the show to work on this movie. So it's just you had all the pieces put together, and it sounded like it was going to go somewhere. And now it's like, nope. It's like literally as I'm watching, as I'm just trying to process this trailer, I'm now realizing my expectations went from, oh, this could work, and now it's going to, nope. No, it's not. No.
Well, right there, bringing that into the picture, the fact that they weren't able to get any of the original crew, cast, anybody from the original show.
I said, they got the creators to work on it.
They did?
But the cast, I guess you could say maybe it's changed up because it's live action, so they have to change it.
Alright, so we do have the creators on board with this. Mm-hmm. What the heck? What the heck?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just trying to think, why does this not look right? I mean, you said that...
Uh-huh.
I mean, the tone, I guess you could say, well, they wanted to make it a more dramatic trailer to get fans really hyped up. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, if that's what you're thinking, that's, if you want to hype this trailer up and make it sound like this is serious stuff, then okay, have at it, Disney, I guess. So maybe when they release another trailer, or even when the movie comes out, it'll have the really funny moments with Rufus and Ron. So, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
I only saw Ron. I didn't even get to see Rufus. So I'm even more worried about that.
Not really showing Ron in itself is a really, worrying sign. Although I think that's more the marketing of this trailer rather than the film itself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the film itself comes out... Yeah, I mean, I am kind of worried. What if they do a thing where it's like Ron barely gets a scene? You know what I mean? He doesn't say much. He follows Kim along. I mean, and then that's, a fault of the writing.
Oh, because, you don't even need to know this much, too much about the show to know that Ron was a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely remember.
Yeah.
He was, a big part of the show.
One of the greatest parts of the whole show was the whole development of their relationship. Working up to that final point where you see them getting, really close, just legitimately get into a relationship by the end of the show in like the best way ever, because it comes out of nowhere. Like, yeah, we've seen Kim at that point like be interested in other guys,
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of, you're always just given Ron as the friend. That's his main part for most of the show. And all of a sudden you start to see that, and you're just like, you get to see one of the most genuine developments between two characters. At least for that time, from what I remember, oh my gosh, it was like one of the best parts of the show. Like, there's even a whole moment where they go to prom and they're going through the dance and just, So to take that and let's say, okay, maybe they don't go into the whole, romantic relationship aspect. That's still okay. But to kind of just push Ron out of the picture.
Yeah, no.
That's a key part.
Did he even get a line in this trailer? You just kind of saw what he looks like, and he doesn't look right either, but...
He didn't. Yeah, the other guy who's behind the computer actually got a line. And I mean, yes, he is part of the whole deal too, where, you're seeing him every episode, and he's delivering, missions and stuff to Kim. But... How does he was still kind of like, this was more of like a side character even then. Well, why would you do that to Ron though? Just no. It's like taking the jelly out of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Or, well, considering my channel name is Blood Moon Mobby, if I were to cook up a Star analogy, that's like if they ever made a Star versus the Forces of Evil movie and they pushed Marco all the way to the back to the point where you can only see one frickin' pixel of what he looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened here. I am sad. I am really sad.
No. I mean, I'm just having this big moment of disbelief and just realizing this is like the last Airbender kind of treatment. Well, I hope it's not going to be that bad. I mean, the acting doesn't seem like on that level of the last Airbender, where it was incredibly wooden and boring and inaccurate. But
okay, let's just say this. Does it seem like it's targeted for people who really enjoyed the original show? No. Is there an audience for it? Maybe.
Yeah, but even when I was reading into the making of it, you could tell that it's kind of like I'm wondering, is this going to be like the Powerpuff Girls reboot again, where it's like they don't know who they want to? Are you trying to go after a new audience, or you're trying to go after the fans of the original? It's that kind of mismatch. It's like, well, we want to go after new fans, but we kind of put in some things in here so that older fans would get it. You know what I'm saying, Gabby?
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I definitely see that. It wasn't executed well? I don't think so, but you could definitely tell they're just like, oh, we'll try to do both, guys. No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say that other than this trailer was just incredibly disappointing. And this is coming from somebody who hasn't seen Kim Possible in years, and I could only imagine how upset everybody else is. I mean, that to dislike ratio is mine. I mean, it's not YouTube Rewind bad, but it's oh.
Oh, I just watched YouTube Rewind too, and I mean, what?
I watched half of that, and I wanted to turn it off. To be honest,
I watched the whole thing. There was one or two good parts, but
I just kind of.
I think I like the last year's a lot better, if I remember. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of just took it as corporate pandering. As soon as it started
obviously.
As soon as it started off as everybody jumps off a Fortnite bus, as I'm just like, hey, just stop.
All right, man. Bottom line, you know what I'm gonna do? I might not go watch this movie, but I think I'm gonna go sit down and watch the original show.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'll as I always say, I'll still check it out, like if I can, that is.
I don't
when it
think
comes
I
out.
will.
I mean, oh,
No.
see, Disney, you just lost a customer. But I because I've come from the camp of even if the trailer's really, really bad, I'll still watch the movie, and as long as
You
it
know, I'm typically like that too. I'm typically like that, but I'm not feeling that with this, man. Nuh-uh.
yikes. So
If anything, I'd probably end up watching it just to like cringe at it, like Sharknado or something.
oh god. I don't know. I mean, obviously they can't fix things like, the makeup and things like that unless Disney Channel wants to pay for reshoots. But, this isn't Rogue One, a Star Wars story. This is a
Yeah, I don't
Impossible
think they're gonna
2D
have that
movie.
kind
They
of
can't reshoot.
money.
They can't make drastic changes like this unless they cancel the movie altogether. But it's just I just picture, all I'm just going to picture with this Kim Possible movie, maybe it's just my inner PR or specialist speaking, but I just imagine it's going to go down a slippery slope no matter what happens. If the movie comes out and it's terrible, people are going to just be rage typing on Twitter all day long. Oh my god, Disney.
I'm waiting for it. I mean, we got it for Thundercats Roar. We got it for Teen Titans. We got it for Powerpuff Girls. We got it for Star Wars. Jiminy Cripes.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm surprised there isn't any right now. I'm not a rage typer. I'm not here to rage type or even I will admit I did rage, but I'm still trying to look at it in a kind of reasonable perspective.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna completely throw them under the bus here.
Well, you kind of have to metaphorically speaking, throw their feet to fire that this trailer is very, very off.
True. Bottom line, was this a good trailer? No. No. Can the movie be good? Maybe. That's the question.
I don't know. I come from the camp, even if the designs are really, really off, then maybe I can work. I don't know. I'm the person who watched the Danny Boyle Steve Jobs movie, and even though Michael Fassbender doesn't look or sound like Steve Jobs, he got the acting on point. Now, obviously, Michael Fassbender, I'm not expecting Michael Fassbender level of acting, and I'm still expecting good acting, but that's kind of a strange example to bring up.
Right. No, but I get what you're saying. Looks aren't everything.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this trailer is trying to work off a lot from the looks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's working.
Yeah. As for the tone, it's kind of like how, remember when Battle for Muni was coming out, Star Wars for Battle for Muni? Yeah, there were a couple trailers with silly moments, but many of the, trailers leading up to Battle for Muni were, really, really serious stuff. I remember the first time I watched it, I was so nervous I nearly puked,
Well, yeah, but you have to keep in mind, we were legitimately looking at some form of arc that, we knew big stuff was happening.
Mm-hmm.
We were ready because we were like, oh, shoot, stuff's going to go down. What? We don't know. But that's what the trailers were there for.
Yeah.
I think it's assuming that we already know something big is going to happen, but at the same time, that big thing isn't really presented, so you're like, what?
Yeah, I feel you. I'm just saying because if I were to judge this, is this an accurate portrayal of the tone of Kim Possible? I think that what they were going for is kind of like with Battle for Muni, where it's just show the really crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to build up hype.
Isn't Kim Possible though. It could work because they have had movies, animated TV movies. I think the main one I remember was A Stitch Through Time.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there's going to be high stakes.
Right.
And that's the thing here. We're given the impression that there's supposed to be some pretty high stakes here.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they did a good job of explaining what exactly is at stake. Like, okay, why are we so excited? Why is this a big deal? Just because they're coming back? I mean, okay, that is still pretty cool, but that doesn't mean that there's going to be like high stakes or anything. We're just going to be able to enjoy something that we enjoyed back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's still, if you're going to have that kind of tone, that kind of tension, you have to have something that, kind of like justifies it. And I don't really see anything that's legitimately justifying it in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely would have expected, more, maybe, through in a couple more comedic moments. The most I got was when Kim just bursted in the school and the teacher's like, "You're late." But that's
Yeah,
about
that
it.
was cool.
But
Now, I think if they were going a route where it was like, all right, we're going to go through the lineup of villains, and that was the buildup, right?
mm-hmm,
That, I think, would have made this a much better trailer. Because,
mm-hmm,
okay, we don't know exactly what's going to go down in the film, but then you kind of have an idea. All right, the idea is that we're going to have, all the villains that we've encountered in the show,
mm-hmm.
and we're not really going to reference completely to the episodes where they come out, but they'll go one by one. Boom, 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 kind of like with Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have that kind of whole lineup where you know what characters are going to come out, but you don't know exactly what they're going to do with those characters.
Yeah.
And I thought if they did something like this, then I would understand the tension. Then I would understand, that. And then if they just completely worked off of Draken in the sense of take away that clumsiness and just show this is a completely different Draken that's kicked butt and is serious and isn't going to take any kind of shenanigans,
Mm-hmm.
then we could say, all right, this is going to be something legit. Draken. I said Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
Draken. But Draken is going to be a force to be reckoned with, like, big time, which would be a big deal. But they're not even doing that.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So I'm like, wait, what the heck?
mm-hmm. But I guess you could argue if they were just to, like, let's say make a trailer from the completely villain's perspective, that might also turn off fans because then they're not showing enough of our, title character. And again, you have the Ron stoppable problem of where's Ron, where's Rufus?
No, but that's why you would do it in sort of like a balanced sense where it's not necessarily focusing straight up on the villains, but you're seeing that our main characters are going to face off this huge group of villains, and that's going to be where we look into all the episodes that people watched when back when the original show was airing.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Like, we don't need to necessarily focus on the villains, but if you're gonna do something like that, you got to build it up where it's like, okay, her task is huge. She's gonna fight all these people. This guy's gonna be the main one, and she's got her buddy and his pet and a guy behind a computer to help her. Is that going to be enough? That's that. Then you're like, oh shoot, that actually sounds like some pretty crazy stakes. I wonder how it's going to come out. Then you could be like, okay, this sounds like a good movie. That's not what they did there. Even let's just say build up Draken himself. Like, you don't even need to put up the lineup. Just focus on giving Draken some sort of intense, crazy power, which I'm pretty sure they've done before. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, that's going to be crazy. But I don't know what they're trying to do here. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what more to say. I mean, if anything, like for me, like especially since this is supposed to be, the Kim Possible trailer that lets us know we get you, the Kim and Ron, and we got everything down from the villains and the tone. They're all back. So, but it just
no,
looks
that
like,
is not what happened here.
yeah.
Not at all. I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that this is gonna like spell like the death of Disney Channel or something. Like Disney Channel's now gonna go down the snowball where they're gonna make crap after crap after crappy reboot. Like, you know, I don't think
this is just not one of their better works.
no. But it's just so mind-boggling. They got this, like, at least from this trailer, or they got this trailer so wrong. And judging from things like, you know, the makeup and even some of the acting, it's just like, no, this is not well done at all. I just can't believe that, you know?
You know what I'm thinking now? I'm thinking if this is a matter of mismarketing.
I honestly think that could be, you know, it too, even though there's things like the, you know, the makeup and some of the casting that looks very off. Like, you know, things like that isn't a marketing, that's just, you know, the problems with making the movie, you know.
But that could also be because the movie itself is actually going a completely different direction from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I guess looking at it that way, I could build up a little more hope, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm still saying, you know, hey, I'll still go check the movie out, you know. I mean, yeah, the trailer isn't very, you know, appetizing, and I don't think it does much favors for Kim Possible fans. You know, hey, who knows, maybe the movie itself will be all right. But it's just that this trailer was such a bad first impression. So, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
I think I've pretty much talked this to death.
Yeah, same here. You went to the moon and back. So, hoping this movie, I mean, we won't have to wait that much longer for this movie. Hoping this movie, you know, turns out all right. You know, even if they don't have the look down, it'll be something that's at least decent. I mean, I guess the worst thing they could do is make the last Airbender of Kim Possible movies.
Yep, M. Night Shyamalan.
Mm-hmm. Kim has been Shyamalanized. Yeah, but anyway, we'll end it off here. I mean, I'm just so disappointed in this. But anyway, thank you, Gabby, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so but please let me know your guys' thoughts, because I know I've got a lot of commenters from the cartoon and animation communities. Let me know how you feel about this trailer. Are you disappointed? Are you bewildered at how about this trailer? Leave all those thoughts down below. And until next time, this has been Gabby and Blood and Bobby, and we'll see you all later.
Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, be sure to like this Blood Moon Bobby video if you enjoyed it. Please share this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. Be sure to ring the notification bell to be notified about my latest upload. Follow me on my social media pages at Blood Moon Bobby to find out about what I'll be covering next and for more of my opinions. Thanks for watching.